So we're doing our Mai tips and tricks guide. Don't forget we have our combo guide up on our main channel already, so tie that with this one. And once I learn more, we'll do an in-depth guide soon as I'm ranking up the character. She's super fun. Let's start with the essentials, anti-airs. Mai's anti-airs, first we have back heavy kick. This is our only normal button anti-air. It's actually really good. It's got a good hitbox against characters like Kimberly or Jamie that do like elbow drop or instant dive kick that'll try to bait you. Or I guess Cammy. Back heavy kick could be a good option so that you don't overcommit if you're doing uppercut. Uppercut as well obviously is a good anti-air. The go-to is the light version. Use the light kick version as your go-to, and then if the opponent jumps far away from you, you can use the medium and the heavy version for more distance. It's kind of similar to Terry's, but I think it's a little better than Terry's. If the opponent is close to you, air throw is another good anti-air option. You can jump back air throw. She can like back throw, and then she gets Oki from it too. She's like plus afterwards. This is like especially good if you're in the corner. If the opponent's trying to jump out on you, you can jump back and do air throw. Or anytime the opponent is like close to you and tries to jump over your head, just jump back air throw. Mai's level 1 and level 2 are also anti-airs. Level 1 is really good because you get the flame stalks as well. The only problem is obviously it's a super, so you got to be on point. You got to be locked in to get this out fast. But it's a good, reliable anti-air, and it's also good too when the opponent like knocks you down and they try to do like a neutral jump shimmy on you, something whack like this. And then even if they bait your super, they're gonna fall back into it and you get the stock. So that's nice. That's good for Mai. Her level 2 is also a great anti-air. This is a little tricky though, because if you do it too early, you'll lose the invincibility frames. So you gotta kind of do this a little late. Let them jump in a little deep and then do it, because if you do it too early, you can get smacked out of this. If I can show a good example of the training dummy. Yeah, so you'll like trade in that situation. Another cool thing is if you happen to throw a fan, which is usually when somebody's going to jump in on you, then you might be in a situation where you'll knock them into the fan. If I can recreate it. Something like this. And then you can convert off of it. Yeah, like that. And then you can even go like level 1. Like there's a ton of stuff you can do. It's crazy. This character's nuts. Yeah, the level 1 hits on both sides as well. So if someone like jumps over your head, they can hit the fire behind her, which is nice. So those are pretty much the anti-airs to look for. Okay, key normals to get you started. I can talk to you guys like for hours about Mai's normals. They're really good, but I'll try to like mention ones that are really important. Standing medium punch. This is one of the best normals in the game. Goes crazy far. It's special cancelable, 1-hit confirmable, 16 frame 1-hit confirmable. So if you're cracked, you can react drive rush with this thing or go into special. It's got an amazing hitbox on it and it's decent speed. So use this as kind of like your go-to poke. You can like pressure like this or go into fan. Or if you need to whiff punish someone, press in a button. You can go like this into drive rush. It's really, really solid. Heavy punch is pretty much the same thing. Heavy punch goes a little bit further and it's 1 frame slower, but it's an easier 1-hit confirm. You have a bigger window. I think it's like 17 frames. So if you want to practice that, just set the dummy to randomly block. There we go. You can drive rush confirm it. So yeah, heavy punch, same thing. You can cancel it and bully people with it because it goes quite far. And it does hit crouchers, by the way. It doesn't look like it does, but it does, which is good. Mai's crouching medium kick, it's pretty stubby, but it's 7 frames, so it's fast. So this is like if people are walking back on you. I mean, you guys should know crouching medium kick, what it's all about. If you're gonna drive rush cancel, I suggest 2 buttons to drive rush cancel into with Mai. The first being back heavy kick. Back heavy kick is good because it forces stand. I think it's the only thing Mai has that forces stand. So back heavy kick will force stand, and then that way, so your heavy core circle back punch doesn't whiff. So you can go something like this. Would be like your typical corner carry combo that you're going to be doing. And if the opponent happens to block this, you're still +3 and you're in throw range, which is quite good. If the opponent tries to mash out of this, it's a true block string. Wait, I have it on count 2. Never mind. It's not a true block string. Yeah. Okay, so my bad. It trades though. 18. So you get a heavy punch from this. And you force stand anyways. There we go. Yeah, I was like, what? That can't be a true block string. So still really, really good. And it leaves you plus. Now the other situation would be drive rush cancel into crouching light. This is a true block string. You can mash any button, just like other characters with crouching medium kick, drive rush cancels. So that way you can pressure. Mai's crouching light punch. This is her furthest light out of all the lights. So keep this in mind too. If you need a quick poke, on counter hit, if you catch somebody pressing on you, you're +6, so you can go into crouching medium punch and then convert. Stunning light punch is good too. It just doesn't have as much range. It's +7, so you can go into crouching medium kick with this. Or crouching medium punch, doesn't matter. But yeah, don't forget about crouching light punch. Really, really good range for a light. And she can do a 3 light confirm. Finally, for a far range poke, heavy kick. Heavy kick is a good button if the opponent's like really, really far from you. It blows up lows. It's pretty slow, so make sure you don't use it too much. It's just like a good bully move, especially when your opponent's in the corner. You can bully with this. If you happen to land a punish counter with it, it causes a crumple. So you can convert that way. You can just dash for a crouching jab into ninja bees, heavy ninja bees, if you don't want to spend any meter at all. But if you do want to spend meter, you can just drive rush heavy punch and push him to the corner. Really good reward. There's so much to talk about with Mai's normals. Like, I think all of her normals are good for different reasons. But that's just to get you guys started. Next thing, easy confirms. I wanted to add this to the tips and tricks guide because Mai is another one of these characters like that awkwardly doesn't have a medium into medium, like a lot of you guys are used to with the core cast of this game. Terry had this issue as well. If you're someone who's like an absolute beginner with Mai and you just like kind of need something to confirm into because you like, you know, you're jumping in or whatever, I would start off with just crouching medium punch to crouching light punch. You're +5, so you can go like this. So say you're jumping in on someone, you can go like this. Just like an easy confirm to get started with Mai. The counter hit on crouching medium punch goes into itself, so you can fish with it like this. It's -3 on block, it's safe, but obviously you can't, the opponent can check you in between. Another button that can help you get started is crouching heavy punch. This button is naturally +4 on hit, so you can do the exact same thing, crouching jab into whatever. So you can jump in, crouching fierce. It's a little slower, so you gotta jump in pretty deep. Yeah, there we go. Like that. Just to get you guys started. But once again, don't forget we have a combo guide up on our channel, so if you're looking for her actual combos, check it out. Okay, anti-projectile stuff. So how to deal with zoners with Mai, because her projectile is pretty unique. One of the main things would be using flying squirrel or circle back punch in the air. This will help you get around projectiles, kind of similar to how Jury deals with it. If you aim at the opponent's toes, it's safe, like this. It kind of acts like Lily's, you know, Condor dive, but you're not going to bounce up and dive for it. Yeah, if someone's throwing too many fireball and you're feeling the heat, you can do your flying squirrel. You can make this plus, like with the normal version. The OD version should be also -2, yeah. -2 is probably the best you're going to get with this angle. Like I said, aim for the toes with this. Your other option would be OD fans. OD fans is a really good option, but it's expensive, right? It costs 2 bars to do. But if you happen to hit with it, because it causes the fan to bounce up, you can get some good damage with this thing if you catch somebody. If someone's throwing like a fireball, you know, you can jab them and the fan's gonna hit them and you can convert. So in a fireball war, they do have to respect your OD fan. It comes out nice and fast too, 12 frames. The next would be a full screen drive rush heavy kick. So like, let's say you're playing against a Dulcim or a JP and you need something to close the gap quickly. And like flying squirrel's not gonna cut it, right? I would suggest, and Mai's drive rush doesn't go full screen, like it stops. So do drive rush heavy kick. This will hit them full screen. If you land a punish counter, it'll crumple them. If you hit them counter hit, you can go into heavy punch if they're in the middle of something. Like this is especially good against JP. You can also drive rush crouching heavy punch. That will hit them with the tip, and this is +10. So once again, you can go standing heavy punch. Which is not bad too. Those two buttons, full screen drive rush for Dulcim and JP players, or anyone running away from you, and you need to close the gap quickly. Finally, level 2. Mai's level 2. Really good against fireballs, but you have to be relatively close. If you're too far away, the normal version of the level 2, like the non-firestock version, it kind of stops midway. So you have to be relatively close, and the fireball has to be right in front of you. So like in this situation is when you want to use it. Oh, I want to give a tip about Mai's cross-up, because she has an awkward cross-up similar to Terry where it whiffs a lot. Don't forget to do it delayed sometimes. So what I mean is, in this situation, at this like exact range, when I jump over the opponent, you see how my cross-up whiffs? This will be like really common when you're trapped in the corner, you're trying to jump out. You'll notice your cross-up whiffing a lot. And the light one will whiff too. Make sure you do your cross-up really deep. So in the same situation, here, I'll show you. It whiffs, but now when I do it deep, it hits like this. And the light kick as well. The light kick will whiff. So if I delay it, you want to hit with it like when you're really, really deep. This will help you land this more consistently. Don't forget about this. A lot of characters have really good cross-ups, so a lot of people are used to pressing it nice and early, but not with Mai. They don't want you jumping too much with Mai. A quick tip to get out of the corner is, because of her cross-up is pretty bad, use Flying Squirrel to launch yourself out of there, like eject. It might throw off their timing too on their anti-airs as well, but you're trying to sail over their head with Flying Squirrel, so use it that way. What else do I have for tips? Input stuff. So when Mai does her charge fans, there's two versions of it. One where you hold down the punches and she'll throw another fan, and another one where you press forward and punch and she'll throw 2 additional fans. To do the final hold charge one, just all you gotta do is hold forward and continue holding the 2 punch buttons. You don't have to like hold and then awkwardly press forward punch. Just hold down 2 punches when you do the move and just hold forward. It's just one input and you're good to go, and she'll continue throwing the fans. Just in case there's Mai players out there that's doing it wrong, just to make it easier. Another input tip is when you're doing her back heavy kick target combo, this one. She has a couple combos in the corner where you can juggle into level 1 or into uppercut. So you'll see that this will whiff because the timing is pretty tight. Just know there's a gigantic buffer window here. So after you see the 3rd kick hit, you can input the uppercut or the super much earlier than you think. I think it's medium here, right? Yeah, medium uppercut here. So right when you see that 3rd kick hit, just like a slight moment after, you can input the motion much earlier than you think you can, and it'll come out automatically. Just if you guys are having problems with this combo. There are very few things in this game that have that, but like reuse forward heavy punch, for example, has that property. At least in Street Fighter V it did. All right, let's go over special move stuff. Let's go over all of our special moves. I'll give some tips with it. So Mai's core circle back punch. First thing I can tell you about this is it neutralizes projectiles. And this can be really good because there's situations where someone throws a fireball at you and you'll neutralize the fireball and you'll hit them. I know Mai's fan can be like, you can beat it with a strike, but even a normal fireball, this scenario will happen, which doubles making this like a good poke. And if you're in a situation where, you know, I don't know, you're in burnout or something, you can't jump and you need to neutralize a normal fireball, and obviously your normal fans will be able to do that, then you can use this to neutralize instead. It's also a safe poke, the light version. The light version is only -4, so you can safely use it as a poke, and it's got excellent range. Like, it's outside of your heavy punch range. Just keep in mind that this is 14 frames and your heavy kick is 14 frames. It's the same. If you'll happen to land a counter hit with this, it'll knock the opponent down. And a normal hit should leave you +3. Use it as a good poke. Like standing medium punch into it, crouching medium kick into it. And if you happen to snake a hit, you can go into level 3. Like, this could be a good round finisher. Really easy confirm into level 3. Okay, next special, Ninja Bees. Core circle forward kick, this move. This move is really good for corner carry. You're using it in combos a lot, so anytime you land like lights, use it to push your opponent to the corner, or you land like a fat hit, you can juggle into corner carry. That's like its main thing. Good juggle properties. I'm seeing a lot of meaty setups around. I think this is dangerous because of a perfect parry, but I think at the beginner level, it could be a cool setup. So if you hit with this meaty, let's say you do core circle back medium punch, like you combo into this, which could be useful if your opponent's crouching because the heavy version will whiff. So if you go like something like this, if you do light Ninja Bees right after, you're +3 on block, and it's auto timed for you. So anytime you land this move, just do light Ninja Bees. Yeah, it's up to +3. You can threaten a strike throw, shimmy situation. And as long as your opponent's not perfect parrying this, it could be a good way to get some pressure and stop them from pressing a button. Obviously, they can't press a button on Wake Up. Another way to get into this is if you land a core circle back heavy punch instead, then do the medium version. And that will hit meaty, so same thing. See, it's +4. Quite plus. I mean, ideally, you'd probably want a combo instead, but I'm just showing you guys some examples. Anytime you land a flying squirrel in the air, like this combo, let's say you land like this, you can do it right after, and you're +1. In higher level play, this is dangerous to use because of perfect parry. It's kind of like Terry's meaty burn knuckles. Finally, you can use this for full screen Unga. Like, if you do it full screen, say I'm +3 here, it's pretty slow though. Don't use it like Terry's burn knuckles. Like, it's kind of a gimmick, but you can make it safe. Flying squirrel, core circle back punch in the air. Like I mentioned before, you can make this thing safe if you aim at the toes, and it's good for getting around fireballs. In burnout or with fire stalks, you can make this thing plus, which is scary. So if your opponent's in burnout like this, and you land this thing, you're +2. It's your turn. When they're in burnout, it's on, right? It's time to rush down. Aim at their toes. The OD is the same frame data, so this will also be +2. If Mai has fire stalks, then she's even more plus. She's +5. So, and this one, like, even if I don't aim it well, like let's say I hit them on top of the head with the flame stalk version, she can be plus still. OD version is identical frame data. So there'll be situations like, let's say your opponent throws you in the corner, you could do like a wake up flying squirrel if they're in burnout. And you can kind of use it like, I don't know, like wake up dive kick with Cammy, or wake up air Blanca ball, something similar. So when in burnout, flying squirrel becomes much more useful. And then finally, like I mentioned before, use it to escape the corner. If someone's throw looping you and you want to jump, since your cross up is pretty unreliable, flying squirreling out can be good. All right, Mai's fireballs. Damn, this is the meat and potatoes of this character. There is so much to talk about. I'm going to do my best to try to give you guys like a good starting point, but also try to be as concise as I can. Okay, so by the time you guys should know by now, Mai's projectile works a little differently. It still counts as a projectile in that it will beat like wake up level 1 and stuff. It is a projectile move, but it also loses the strikes. So if someone throws a normal fan at you, you can beat it with just normal attacks. It'll knock them out. It will also lose the fireball. So let's say I switch characters. If someone throwing a normal fireball at you, your fan will get beat by the fireball, and the fireball will go right through it. So the charge fan though will trade with a projectile. It won't go through it. But obviously you're going to lose a fireball war because of this, because it's going to take you longer to get the fireball out. So this is good to know when you're playing Mai or if you're against Mai, the differences. Normal version could be hit with strikes, loses the other fireballs. Charge version will trade with fireballs, and it cannot be hit with strikes. If Mai throws a charge projectile, I'll just show you here. I can't hit with strikes, just so you guys know the differences. All right, now Mai's charge fans. Let's go over this now. I'm going to give you guys like very short pros and cons of the differences between each strength of Mai's charge fans, just to get you guys started here. So every charge fan has a different use. The strength will change how soon the fan falls over their head. So the light version, the fan will pop up and fall right away. The medium is a little bit slower, and the heavy version will fall way later. The OD fan, the fan falls at the same speed as the medium version. And then H fan the strength will maintain its projectile speed. So like the medium will be a little bit faster, and the heavy version will be much faster. The OD is like super fast. And those are like the quick differences between each charge. So light charge fans. Use this to stop people from mashing buttons in between. So let's get Mai to mash buttons here. The light fan will stop them from poking you, because the fan's gonna drop right away if you try to go for throw. Like going like this would be like a good conversion. You're like really plus. It's also really good for baiting reversal. Every character has different reversals, but in general. So I'll show an example of that. So when I throw this, and you see her do her reversal, you'll notice the fan doesn't hit her because it's so close. If you drive rush in and you try to block, you're gonna get hit because Mai can't block yet. Like right here, I can block it, but you can go dry rush jab to stop yourself to bait, or you can do dry rush throw to bait. If I did the medium version instead, you'll notice the fan hits her, and that's bad, right? Because it's good that you stop their uppercut, but you want a full combo punish for them to go in for a reversal. So use the light version to bait uppercuts more often. The downside to using the light version is that you don't get much of an overhead low throw mix-up. If you go for the throw, the fan will most of the time hit them before you're able to throw them, if they're holding like parry, for example. And if you go for an overhead, the fan will hit them pretty much at the same time. So you won't get like a good conversion off of it. Or if you're going low. Maybe if you go crouching light kick, it will. But then the opponent will mostly just, you know, block low. Okay, medium charge fans. So medium charge fans is good for the dry rush overhead low throw game. And I recommend using the medium fans as your go-to for now because most people are holding down parry. If they hold down parry on the medium fans, you'll be able to throw them before the fan falls and hits them. It's really, really good. If you're close enough to, you should be able to dash and throw them as well. Which is really nice. And then once they stop using parry, because they're scared of getting thrown, then that opens up the doorway to do the overhead, dry rush overhead, and then the fan will perfectly hit them right after. And then you can do, you know, any combo you want. Or you can go for low, either going drive rush, crouching medium kick, like that, and then it's kind of like the same situation. You get a mix up into whatever you want. So the downside to using the medium charge fans is people can mash in between. If I throw the fan and I try to go in to overhead, they can check me like this. So in that situation, that's when you go back to the light charge fans, right? To stop them from mashing. So Mai's going to be this character where she'll always have an option to deal with every situation. So as a Mai player, you need to recognize how your opponent's reacting to your charge fans and then adjusting accordingly to what they're doing to counter them. And vice versa if you're learning to play against Mai. Okay, heavy charge fans. It's a little bit rare when you use the heavy charge fans because it really has a huge delay now. Like, look how... And plus the opponent can like walk forward. But one good thing is that if they're really scared, like they're playing very docile, like you can just dash forward throw because the delay is so huge. Like if they go for a parry, dash forward throw. It's good for like meterless overhead because you have so much time. So once again, when they were like really conditioned, you don't even need the dry rush. Like if you do it point blank, you don't even need to use meter, and you can just overhead and you can convert that way. And then it's the same thing for lows. Just like obviously your opponent can press a button here, but it allows you, like I said, to condition them. You can throw it every now and then. This would probably be the rarest, because the obvious downside to it is that any kind of mashing at all or movement, because they have a lot of space to work with. But they still have to respect the fan. Like you can sneak it out. Like I would suggest using the heavy version of the fan more for block strings to sneak it in, and the medium will be more of your general use because it stops people from doing parry. And then use a light version if people know about mashing in between. That'd be like the general thing. Okay, OD fans. Once again, the OD fans act like the charge medium, same kind of thing, but they're especially good for block strings because it comes out fast, like instantly. So that can be really strong for the same uses. So you can use that, and then you can go for a quick low. Depending on the distance, you can dry rush throw. You can even walk in throw if you're close enough. Getting it on your opponent also, because it comes out so fast. So just like any other OD projectile in this game, but because it has the follow-up, you can dash in. And if your opponent doesn't do anything, you can get in your plus. And of course, beating normal fireballs. Use this when people are throwing a lot of fireballs on you. OD version's good. And you get pressure as well if you catch them. Now we have OD charge fans. So OD charge fans, the benefit of this is it's plus 12. So this could be good to use in the corner. Or if you want a very safe string that helps you continue your turn if you want to sneak in another turn. It's good for punishes and shimmies. So if you bait the opponent's throw, a lot of her optimal combos. All right, so say I bait a throw here, and then we can combo heavy punch after. Once again, this is all in the combo guide. Which is good for like extended punishes. Let's say you block a reversal or an uppercut. You can also use it this way. It's really good in the corner too when you're doing throw loops. OD charge fans. So full charge fans. So this is when you hold forward and punch as well, and you throw all 4. One funny use for this is against a lot of characters. If you're throwing this like full screen, your level 1 is relatively safe, which is kind of sick. There are even setups that even Cammy's level 3 can't punish you, which is nice. If they're in burnout, it's really scary as well. A corner block string, when you're throwing this in the corner against somebody, you can throw them after the 3rd fan. So pay attention to the 3rd fan flying up. I can throw in between. This gets a lot of people. It's such a good round closer. And it's a lot of chip too. Really cheap. It's really good for corner combos as well. Same situation as the charge OD fans. Like if you catch someone throwing, for example, you can just use all of them and then combo this way, and you can go into level 1. You can do a bunch of stuff with this. Cool. Okay, fire fans. Oh man, I know, so many fans. I'm probably gonna do like a guide just on the fans alone, just because there's too much information here. So before, when the fireballs beat your fan, now your fan will beat fireballs. It's the other way around. The OD version of this fan is now plus on block. Before it was -3, now it's +1. So this is really scary in the corner because the OD fireball, like, you can't even react to. So now you have plus pressure. The charge version of the OD fan, you now get a full jump in punish. So once again, if your opponent wakes up, anytime you shimmy your opponent, you can do like this and get a full jump in combo. It makes all of my shimmies like really, really dangerous. The full forward heavy punch charge is pretty much the same kind of use where, once again, if you shimmy the opponent, you can get full combo conversions. Okay, that's gonna be an absolute nightmare to edit. Oh, side switch stuff. Okay, moving on. Finally, moving on from the fans. Side switch. I haven't found anything really crazy for his side switch stuff for Mai, so I suggest the back throw. Mai's back throw is actually really good. If you're in a situation like this, you need the side switch. Back throw is nice because she actually can stop them from mashing with a drive rush afterwards. So let's get Ryu to do a light punch on wake up. You have enough time to back throw, drive rush, and throw them. Like that, see? Counter hit. You can also... Mirror found this one when he was working on the combo guide, but you can wait for them to fall on their knees on the crumple. And then you can combo to the OD core circle back punches, like this. And you get a dash forward. And it will side switch. And I think you're plus 36. So you get a forward dash. And then forward dash again. Forward dash like this. And you're still plus. You're plus 16 there. But they're not like fully in the corner. It's pretty ghetto, but that's another side switch thing that you can do. So nothing really big. If you guys know anything, let me know. Safe jump stuff now for Mai. Mai's got some cool safe jumps. What you want to do to land good safe jumps with Mai is you need to land this light kick target combo she has into Flying Squirrel at a specific range. Easy ways to get that range is first by doing Dry Rush, Crouching Light Punch times 2. Anytime you land 2 Dry Rush, Crouching Light Punches. So either you're doing it raw, like this, or you cancel into it like this. But ideally, raw Drive Rush. Anyways, go like this into the target combo. It leaves you perfectly at plus 42. That's the magic number. And even if they back rise, you'll still be in a really threatening range. Like, you'll get the full jump in. There we go. It's perfect. So if they do wake up uppercut, and then we can bait the uppercut into, and then go into whatever. Another way to easily get into it is after a dry rush back heavy kick, like this, which is a very common thing you're going to do with Mai. So you can go like this into the light target combo, and that also sets you up at the perfect range, plus 42. Drive rush overhead, another very, very common scenario. Drive rush overhead into the light kick target combo. Same thing, plus 42, safe jump. When you have fire stocks, you have a couple more safe jump setups. Anytime you do the medium, this sets you up at plus 42. Medium core circle back punch. It's a safe jump. Hold on, I'll show you that's actually plus 42 so you guys can see it. Plus 42. Likewise, if you combo into it, it'll still be plus 42. So let's say I go something like core circle back heavy punch into the core circle back medium punch, plus 42 as well. So this is especially good in the corner. Like this, into this, and then plus 42, safe jump. With the fire stocks, keep that in mind, it's not normally. All right, here comes my favorite part, throw loops. Mai's throw loops are really good. Really easy to do. After you throw someone, dash, press throw immediately. And that's it, man. So if they mash a button, dash forward throw, boom, counter hit. And you can do it forever. But what makes this especially good and better than Juri's throw loops is that against pretty much everyone except for Zangief, she can forward dash and back walk to shimmy. It's auto timed, like Akuma style. It's really scary. Okay, let's talk about Mai's supers now. Level 1. What Mai's super is, the level 1 super is the only thing that gives her fire stocks. It'll always give her 5, and it'll give her 5 even if the super gets blocked or it doesn't hit. No matter what, it'll give you those fire stocks. The fire stocks will last for the whole round, but the next round they'll go away. And what the fire stocks do is that it'll enhance every single one of my special moves, including her air special moves, and her level 1 and level 2. It'll increase their damage and change their properties and frame data. If you already have your fire stocks and you do a level 1 again, it'll refresh your stocks back up to 5. And once again, it enhances her level 1 and level 2 super. The only thing it doesn't enhance is her level 3. But, you know, that would be 4 bars total, so it's a unlikely scenario. But her level 1 has, like, considerable more range. And there'll be much more ways to combo into it. Like, for example, doing core circle back heavy punch into level 1 won't combo. But when she has the fire stocks, so if she goes like this, now it will combo. And do a lot more damage. So it really opens up the door to, like, this is where Mai really, really shines, when she has this level 1 out. The level 1 also absorbs projectiles. So this is kind of weird, but okay, so level 1s lose to projectiles on meaty, like this, you'll lose. But if you do it after the startup, it will neutralize. So there's like really strange scenarios where the opponent will do something that's a projectile and this thing will nullify it and hit them. I'm trying to think of like a scenario, maybe like, I don't know, Akuma doing like air fireball, for example. Like doing it like this, for example. It'll nullify it. I tried using it against like Rashid level 2 or Ed, but you know, she's like obviously stuck in animation so they can punish her. But you'll realize there's just some scenarios where a level 1 is pretty damn good against fireballs. So the easiest way to combo into Mai's level 1 is core circle back 2 punches mid-screen. This will always combo into level 1. So this is usually like punishes or a big jump in combo. And at least, unlike her heavy version, the OD version will hit crouchers. So if you ever land a combo, you don't have to worry about it whiffing. And that'll combo into level 1. If you have your opponent in the corner, which is easy to do because mine's got good corner carry, the normal heavy version will combo into her level 1. The OD core circle forward kicks also will combo into her level 1 in the corner. Those would be like the most common ways. The other most common ways would be when you're using this as a reversal. This makes it a very strong reversal because even if the opponent blocks it and blows you up, you'll still get those fire stocks. And of course, there's an anti-air like I mentioned at the beginning. But a lot of players, like in high level play, are using level 1s as reversal because they're saving their drive meter. But the incentive for Mai is even bigger. The risk reward is amazing. She'll always get the fire stocks. You save drive meter and it's a reversal. So those are like really common scenarios for her to get it. And then like I mentioned before, when she already has her fire stock, then the heavy version, even mid-screen, will combo into her level 1. Okay, let's talk about Mai's level 2 now. Mai's level 2 can be done on the ground and in the air. It goes through fireballs, but once again, you have to make sure the fireball is close to you, because if you do it too early, the fireball will beat you because you don't have much projectile invincibility, and it doesn't go super fast like the normal version. Like it'll kind of stop halfway through. So you got to use this relatively close if you're going to punish a fireball. But it's still good. It's still a great option. The air version of this actually has either more projectile invincibility, or it just simply goes over the fireball. But if you TK it, so the motion would be core circle forward to up forward, kick. So it looked like this. Like this. You can use this to punish people throwing fireballs far away. Like if they're really far away, this will hit them. It'll do less damage because you're not getting the full amount of hits, but it's really, really good in clutch situations, and it can really surprise someone who thinks they're safe throwing a fireball. So I do think this is practical and worth knowing, because Mai's level 2 is so damn fast that you have a lot of time to do this. It's great. And yeah, since you can do this in the air, you can combo into it as well, which could be good corner carry and draining their drive meter down a bar. The fire version of her level 2, when you have the fire stock, is absolutely insane. It's like one of the best supers in the game. It's so crazy. It's insanely fast. Like, I'm not just talking about the startup. Like, it can punish fireballs on reaction, full screen away. Like, the opponent can no longer throw fireballs on you if you have a fire stock level 2. It becomes that dangerous. You don't need to TK it. You don't need to do anything. Like, even if you're slow at doing it, you're gonna get a punish counter. It's that damn fast. And on top of that, you get combos after it as well. It puts them into a juggle state, so whenever they're near the corner, you can like land an uppercut. Once again, the combo guide shows a lot of great examples with this, and it becomes really easy to combo into. And there's even circumstances where you can combo into the fire level 1 as well. I think this is an example. Yeah. Keep in mind that's 4 bars total because you need to do the level 1 in the first place, but it is possible. It's rare, but it is. You will gain enough meter in some matches. Okay, finally, Mai's level 3. Once again, this is the only thing that does not get enhanced by her fire stocks. It's the same thing either way. Her level 3, if it whiffs, it won't go into full cinematic animation. But don't forget, you can juggle after it. Let's see. Yeah, heavy uppercut combos after. So that's still a lot of damage, 4,200. Let's see here. OD. Yeah, OD works as well. That's good for closing the round. You can use this as an anti-air too. But once again, keep in mind that you might not get... If you miss that first hit, you won't go into animation. And boom, that's it. That's all my quick tips and tricks. Hopefully this video is not like 3 hours long. I'll do my best to edit it. But don't forget, guys, this is just like day 1 Mai. This is the very beginning. I'm just trying to keep track of this all and keep you guys posted. And then as I learn more, we're going to do the big Mai guide where I'll go much more in depth on everything. And then once we discover more tech with the charge fans, go over that as well. If there's any tips and tricks you guys like to add, you know, leave it in the comment below, and I'll make sure to write it down and share it in my next guide. But once again, don't forget we have a combo guide as well. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to subscribe. We'll have a lot more guides in the future. And if you guys have any questions for me, leave in the comment below. Or don't forget, I stream every single day. I'm super easy to find. Twitch.tv/Vesper Arcade. Super friendly stream. We answer questions all the time here. So come hang out with us. And thanks for watching, guys. All right, take care. Bye-bye.